This is Kedrick the Head Trip. I fear for my life because of a conservatorship. A lawyer has my estate, and I don't choose where to reside. When I was housed with known sexual predators, I wasn't warned about their history. I got preyed upon, and the unqualified staff members of Continuum of Care were hiding in the office because they are in it for an easy paycheck. I politely requested that they protect me. They vowed revenge, and they meant it. Every light was kept on all day, every day, to fry my eyes. I have a light sensitivity called photophobia. And when I mentioned it, another light was installed. A motion-activated light was installed right in front of the door to my room, so I had no choice. It couldn't be shut off. Every time I went near the door to my room, my eyes got fried even worse. The pain never ended. I could have been blinded. And the police didn't enforce the law. They broke the law. The best they could do for me is not arrest me. Leanne Farley, the manager, retaliated by trying to have me committed instead of any of the sexual predators in that house. One of them was Mike Inigo Jr., who literally waited for me at a public park that I was known to frequent. Every time he threw out my belongings, the staff sided with him. They said there was no evidence, and that's why they kept hiding in the office. Leanne tried to have me committed. She failed because I had already calmed down before the police and the mobile crisis team arrived. And when I reached out to people I thought were my friends, they said, rent is standard. Like that has anything to do with not choosing where to reside. I'd rather have peace of mind than not. If I could choose where to reside, I'd be more than willing to pay rent in a better setting. Some person told me, I don't know the last time someone reached out for me without needing something. Like that has anything to do with me or with my situation. I wasn't asking for too much. I shouldn't have to ask for a break from the round-the-clock torture. I shouldn't have to ask to simply be brought to a better setting. Nobody did what friends are for. Some friends I had. The betrayal is bothering me a lot. Like, it's really been bothering me more lately. I mean, at the time, the main problem was that I was terrified of Mike Inigo Jr. and Leanne Farley and all the unqualified staff members. There was this guy, Norman, who said, who's bullying you? I don't see anybody bullying you. What, do you expect me to guard you with an AK-47? And nothing was done about it. He still gets his easy paycheck. I had to get out of there. And it had to be the kind of housing the conservator would approve of. So I had to flee to New Haven, where I could have been murdered because the locals can't recognize a mixed person when they see one, and my disability can't be seen. If I said I'm mixed rather than white, it's not like anybody would believe me. And, you know, they would shout racial slurs at me. And since I don't look disabled, it's not like anybody would see, nobody would see that I'm harmless. People who think they're experts on autism just because they watch TV and movies will presume the worst if they see an autistic savant walk in the streets. They'll point their fingers, say, there's a sex offender, kill it. And then they'll go watch TV and movies and say, people with autism are really smart, they're just different. Of course the media is lying, and inconsistently. The same media propagates contradictory lies about autism. The media both demonizes and downplays autism simultaneously. That doesn't make any sense. If it's the media, it's the media. Autism is devastating. It's a developmental disability, not a gift or a superpower. It shouldn't be trivialized or normalized. The communities on Reddit are nowhere near actual communities. It's just Reddit. It's not real life. I don't believe the lie that anyone on the autism spectrum would ever say, autism isn't even bad, or autism is awesome. That's not real life. And anyone who says that is probably in it to scam the Department of Social Security, or they might just have nothing better to do. I don't know what their problem is, but one person finally explained what really happened. Nobody else responded. One person actually had valid reasons for not helping after claiming to. I apologize for overreacting in one case. I haven't heard from anybody else. A bunch of people did more than just not help. A lot of people disrespected me, and that's not okay. And since I'm still without positive interactions, I still haven't fully recovered. I'm doing the best I can to keep my cool. I fled New Haven. I'm waiting on applications to process for better housing. The conservator still refuses to answer my questions. It wouldn't take long to answer a few questions. She threatened to call the cops on me instead of any of the people torturing me. If she returned my calls, I wouldn't have to keep calling, so she accused me of harassment and threatened to call the cops. My life is in her hands, and I was terrified of the sexual predators in that house. I could have been raped in that house, and I wasn't warned about it. I was told that house was meant for people on the autism spectrum, and that was what my family was told. I was the prey. It seems like the remainder of the residents were sexual predators. At least 2 of them were known creeps, and at least 1 of them had repeatedly been in trouble with the law for sexually harassing women. Mike Inigo Jr.'s history was known. A lot of people didn't believe me that I didn't choose where to reside or that I was being stalked. But I know what happened. I literally had to post a picture of Mike Inigo Jr. Online because my YouTube channel is getting trolled on with people accusing me of paranoia. Some troll commented on some videos accusing me of being visibly manic in a video that clearly shows that Leanne tried and failed to get me locked up for trying to convince the staff to protect me from the predator instead of just hiding and getting their easy paychecks. A troll commented, visibly manic. I had just been traumatized. It's called post-traumatic stress disorder. A lot of people are trolling my YouTube channel, and I can't do much about the comments on other videos besides the ones on any of my channels. They wouldn't stoop that low if they could prove anything. They rely on bullying alone. Trolls are saying, you're in your 30s, you're a virgin, you live in your mother's basement. Wrong, 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 wrong. Everything they're saying is wrong. These people don't know me. And some of them have claimed to have autism, but they relentlessly cyberbully me and harass me, and I really have autism. I was promised that I would have a better roommate. I was housed with another instigator, Tim Balser. He claims to advocate for people with my condition. Then he gets in my face and screams at me all the time. All this trauma has made it difficult for me to control the volume of my voice or realize the volume of my voice. So a mailman threatened to control it for me. And I had to approach him with a camera to get him to tell me his full name, Milton Jackson. He asked someone working at the apartment in New Haven if she controls me. She told him, no, she doesn't. I'm a grown man. The new staff are telling me I should give them a chance. And I'm like, point taken, but I got to get out of there because I'm scared because it's New Haven. A lot of people get murdered in New Haven. I'm not used to it. I was raised in Plantsville. And I should have been allowed to just live in peace. The safest and most effective medical necessity is legal now. I've been prescribed medicinal cannabis since 2017. I don't get tortured over that anymore. I should have been prescribed medicinal cannabis instantly when it was legalized in Connecticut in 2012. Dr. John Nazarian denied that I have post-traumatic stress disorder, and it was his idea to appoint the conservator. The safest and most effective medical necessity prevents paranoia because it's relaxing. People who smoke weed get motivated, not apathetic and lazy. People who smoke weed don't get depressed from smoking weed. I had to smoke weed to reduce the depression caused by phony antidepressants. In other words, tardive depression. False advertising is that rampant. The fake antidepressants made me depressed. That doesn't only happen to children or adolescents or young adults. It could happen to people of any age. And I had been brutalized by a lot of psychiatrists. I had to smoke weed to recover, and they vowed revenge, and they meant it. Now I have the license, and yet there's still a conservator. I sent a letter to the probate court to request a hearing. Trolls, please just stop. There really is such a thing as bullying. There really is such a person as Mike Inigo Jr. He's a bully who pretended to be the victim. He gaslit me. And the unqualified staff members finally changed their minds when one of them, Sophie Dixon, was targeted by him.